Are the Dunks Cocoa Wows worth it? In this video, we're going to figure that one out. Hey everybody, I'm Actoris and welcome back to the only channel on YouTube that covers in-depth videos of cars and streetwear. And today, we're going over these. The Nike Dunk Cocoa Wows. The shoes there are going to be releasing soon, but not a lot of people are fully on board with them. Not a lot of people really like them. However, I really do. So before we get into review, be sure to like and share for that YouTube algorithm, and so subscribe. Any support would just be awesome. Now let's get into it. Alright, first off, I'd like to start off by talking about the box. So this is just a plain Jane Nike box here, nothing too special here. So we got an orange background, white Nike logos everywhere. So let's just remove that lid, take off that wrapping paper, and woo! My first impressions of these sneakers is, guys, this is one of those sneakers that look way better on hand compared to in the photos. Here's a closer look at the Nike Dunk Cocoa Wow. Some background information on this sneaker. The sneakers are going to release on July 28th, so we got a little bit of an early review here with the retail price of $110. I still think that when these sneakers sell out, the resale is still going to be pretty decent on these, man. I mean, I think that these sneakers are just epic. So let's go over the styling of these sneakers, starting with the sole. So first off, the outsole, nothing too different about it. It's just a normal Nike Dunk outsole, similar to what we see on Air Force Ones and Jordan 1s. So we got the little swirl pattern right here with the break pattern on the bottom with the heel and the Nike logo in the middle. The only difference is the whole outsole is done in that cocoa brown. Now this is probably the most controversial part of the sneakers. How good is this brown? Because it's not quite a mocha, it's more of a chocolate color. And a lot of people think it just looks like a pile of turds. However, I disagree, man. I think that this color scheme actually really works out for the Dunks. Coming up to the midsole of the sneaker, now things get a little bit interesting here. It's not just a normal white Nike Dunk midsole here. They actually aged out the sole. They kind of give it like a cream tint, and I gotta say it works really well with the brown of the sneaker. I don't know what about it, man. It's just a really nice vibe with how it darkens up and like shows off the browns a little bit nicer. Coming to the uppers of the sneaker, now this is why we're all here. So Nike Dunks are kind of like Jordan 1s, and they kind of like to separate their styling into inner and outer panels. So we can kind of see the outer panels with like the Nike swoosh logo is done in that cocoa brown leather. And I gotta say, the leather quality on this sneaker is subpar. You know, it's actually, you know, I would say below average. It's not as good as we see on a lot of other Dunks, but it's not terrible. I mean, it gets the job done, but it's nothing really unique. And also, like, I can already start to see a little bit crease marks on the side here, and I only wear these sneakers like one time. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So once again, swoosh logo brown. This little heel panel right here is brown. The toe guard and the mud guard are all brown. And then we have the inner layers right here, like the one beneath the swoosh logo, white. And showing some more to the middle of the sneaker, we have the toe box right there in white with perforations. Panels for the lace eyes are also cocoa brown, really nice. And then the tongue right here is in ballistic mesh and white. On the tippity top of the tongue, we have a white tag with a brown Nike logo right there. Very nice. There's also another tag on the inside describing how, you know, because it's a swoosh logo, we have quality, but you know, sometimes that swoosh logo means different variations of quality, but yeah, and then made in Vietnam. Showing some more love to the heel of the sneaker. Now, I really love how Nike Dunk heels look. They got that really nice chunky vibe going on here, and with the stitched lines right there going across, they actually have a lot of detail. We can really see how the whole shoe kind of comes together, and it's really nice. So with the midsole, the leather paneling, to the nice stitched lines, to even the embroidered Nike white logo right there with the brown tag. Also looks really nice how the swoosh logo kind of comes up to the tag too as well. Rounding off the styling of this sneaker, we have brown for the sock liner. Pretty much a whole brown interior with a brown insole with a white Nike logo. And yeah, that rounds up the styling of the sneaker. Now, how would I wear this sneaker? I would honestly do some cool beach vibes, you know, because I'm actually bringing these shoes on vacation when I go to Hawaii. So I kind of got the sneaker because I figured it would kind of match up the beach vibe and also match the palm trees that are around me. And that's pretty much how I'm going to style this sneaker. I mean, there's probably a lot of ways how you guys can style this sneaker. Probably the best way is to go with like earthly tone outfits. Bring out your essentials for your gods on this one. I think that would look really, really well. Or, you know, you can spice it up with other brands that have your earthly tone colors. And I think that this sneaker would just be, once again, such a vibe. If you guys are thinking of buying a pair of Nike Dunks, I would say go true to size or size down a little bit. I always think that Nike Dunks do tend to run a little big. Alright, now I think it's about time to give off my final verdict of these shoes. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give these shoes a good 8 out of 10. It misses a point for, once again, speciality, because these things are going to restock with a lot of sneakers and stuff, so these things are probably going to be everywhere. And it loses another point for freaking the quality on the sneaker. It should have been better. I don't know why it's not better, but it is what it is. However, I think the rest of the shoe is absolutely perfect. You know, it may not be the straight mocha that everybody was wanting, but I still think that it's such a good looking sneaker with the aged sole and everything, how it all kind of just comes together. It's just a little bit more different and unique compared to other Dunks that are out there. And I do think that this sneaker is worth it and would be worth paying a little bit more for resale for these. Alright, lastly, I'd like to round off by talking about the future of the sneakers, so where these sneakers are heading. So right now, I think the current resale price for these are just, you know, in the mid $100 range. Obviously, when these things finally drop, I think that'll go to like the low $100 range, and restocks might even take these things down to like retail. But I think over time, it will appreciate, accumulate, all that stuff, and go up in value to maybe the $200 range between 6 months to a year from now if these things don't restock. And then, yeah, that really all needs to be said for the sneakers. So I think that the Nike Cacao Dunks is kind of being underrated right now and is probably a great sneaker to have when it comes out. And now really all needs to be said for the sneaker. So the Nike Dunk Cacao Well. What'd you guys think of this sneaker? Comment down below your opinion, like and share for that YouTube algorithm, and last but certainly not least, subscribe. I'm going to exit off with some feed footage, so let's get to it.